Hey guys, it's SilentNovocain, and sorry, I don't know why I say guys, because I think 4.6% of my viewers are women. But hey, viewers, subscribers, people that watch my videos. Hey, it's SilentNovocain, and this is part 3 of my Farm Round 28 playthrough, walkthrough, tips and tricks guide. First part, it's about PI tips and tricks. If you're new to zombies or Call of Duty, then you should go check it out because it's full of just little tidbits on how to get far on zombies and stuff like that. The second one, I talk about just random stuff. I talk about I'm going to be getting a custom controller pretty soon, and I do want your input on that because I don't know which one to get. So if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comment section on this, or if you want to go check out the video and get the whole, because I do talk about other things, I just can't think of what I talked about off the top of my head. But if you want to go check out that video, please, it's on my channel, and I'll put a description, or I'll put a link to it in the description. So in this video, I wanted to talk about another life occurrence, because like life story from when I was younger, because the last two that I did about my parents thinking I was gay and then getting kicked out of school for dancing, they both did really well. So it seems like you guys really liked them, and I figured I'd go ahead and do another one. So this one I thought I'd talk about my first girlfriend slash my first kiss, because it happened like the same person, the same like time period. And when I say first girlfriend, I don't mean first girlfriend just because, I mean, we've all had those like girlfriends in when we were like 4 or 5 years old that we just called her girlfriends for the hell of it because we thought it was funny or something like that. But I mean, this is like my first real serious girlfriend, and it all started when I was 14, and I was trying to see if you could buy the door, like if there was a barrier, but no, you cannot buy it. Don't try. I already tried it and it doesn't work. So I was 14, and at school there was this girl that I really liked for a while. Like I'd liked her for probably 6-7 months, because we'd gone to school together since we were like 5, and so I'd really liked her, and I had always wanted to ask her out, but I never did because either I didn't have the balls or she already had a boyfriend, which she was constantly in and out of relationships, and I'm not going to get into that kind of crap because it's not necessarily my business. But so when I finally did ask her out, she said yes, and so I was like really excited about that. But then like the first week there was a lot of drama because like when I asked her out, I made the mistake of saying like, do you want to go out with me sometime? And when she said yeah, everyone said like, oh, well, now you've got a girlfriend. And I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't think it really works like that. I think you have to kind of talk to each other about being in a relationship. Like just because she says yes when you ask her out doesn't necessarily mean you guys are like together. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, it does. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just not going to argue with you guys. So I guess one of my friends, like actually one of my friends is the one who told me to ask her out. He's like, you should just do it. And he kind of like forced me to do it. I wasn't necessarily ready. I was still about ready to piss my pants. But I did it anyway, and it worked out for the better. And so the same one who got me to like ask her out started telling people like, oh, well, he asked out blah blah blah, and I'm gonna use fake names in this just so I don't like tamper with anything, so people don't get offended or mad or anything like that. So for the lols, let's just call her Amanda. So I asked out Amanda, and I made this mistake of saying, do you want to go out with me sometime? And he told everyone that we were going out because I guess he thought we were going out. I don't know if he misheard what I said, because afterwards I told him like, oh, well, she said yes, and I told him everything that I said. So I don't know if he misinterpreted that or if he just thought it'd be funny. So everyone's like, oh, they're going out, and it like spread it across the whole school, and everyone's just like flipping out. And the next morning, one of her friends was in my class, and she's like, you need to go talk to her because she's like freaking out. Like she never said that you guys were like in a relationship, and all that drama that was going on. And so like I ended up talking to her because we had like big tests then, so we had longer breaks. So I went to talk to her later that day or the next day, I think. And so she was like, well, I like you and everything, but it's not necessarily, I don't want to get in a relationship, because she didn't really understand why I liked her and all that kind of crap, which is understandable because I'd never really talked to her before. But so we sorted all that stuff out, and we finally decided we were like together, and it worked out. But so that's kind of like the whole thing for my first girlfriend. And then also I ended up putting like in her locker, I put little notes probably twice a week, I think, and they were just little cute like note thingies that had like things saying, "Oh, I hope you have a good day. You look great today." That really cheesy relationship crap that you only do in your teenage years. But so like from the start, since I'd never had a girlfriend before and never had a serious girlfriend, I had never had my first kiss, which is something that like one of my best friend had already had his, and I was just kind of like, I don't really know what to do. So everyone at school was like, "You guys still haven't kissed. You need to hurry up and do that." And like she had already had boyfriends, so she'd already like kissed guys, and I'm just like, well, what if I'm not good enough? So I was really scared about the whole thing, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it terrified the crap out of me. So I was like putting it off because I didn't want to do it and make a joke of myself. So we had this one dance in the spring called the Spring Fling, and we went to that together. And afterwards, we went out and we were sitting on the playground together at it was already dark out, but she was waiting for her parents to pick her up. So we were sitting on. We had this like at school. We had this concrete dragon kind of thing. Like if you can picture what a dragon looks like, it was made out of concrete, and I still don't know what it was for. But so we were sitting on top of that, and we were just talking. I had my arm around her and all that stuff, and her best friend was also dating somebody at the time, and they kept saying like, "Oh, you guys need to have your first kiss," all that kind of crap, and I'm just telling them to go fuck off because I didn't want to hear about it. I didn't want to talk about it because I was still kind of embarrassed that I hadn't done it yet. But they ended up going away, and I was just kind of trying to stay away from the subject. And then we just kind of talked a little while, and it happened to be May 4th, and I ended up making a really, really stupid joke about how it was Star Wars Day, like International Star Wars Day, and just because I'm that big of a nerd. And luckily she didn't like call me a nerd. She kind of was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen Star Wars and it's a great set of movies." And I'm just like, "Yeah, thank you, Lord, I found the perfect girl ever. The best girl ever." Whatever. But, and then I ended up saying like, and this is something I really regret to this day. I wish I wouldn't have said it like this, or I wish I wouldn't have said it, I wish I would have just done it. But I said something like, "Do you think we should just go ahead and have our first kiss and like get it out of the way so that they quit bugging us?" And she's like, "Yeah," and well, I don't, actually maybe she didn't respond. I don't remember. But either way, like she turned to me and I had no idea what I was talking about. Like the words came out a little faster than I anticipated. Like I didn't know what I was saying until I had actually said it. And so we had a first kiss, and I kind of fucked it up. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, okay. I was just like following her lead. But I accidentally also had my eyes open for like the second part. Like the first half they were closed, second half they were open just because I was just terrified, and I don't know what happened. But so yeah, first kiss, and it actually ended up being our only kiss because like it took about a month for us to have a first kiss because I was that much of a chicken. But after we did have it, I ended up breaking up with her probably about a week later because the girl, like her best friend, the one that I was talking about that said we should have a first kiss, she broke up with her boyfriend, and let's call him Evan, I guess. So Evan. Now Evan and my girlfriend Amanda were already good friends just because friends had mixed and everything. Don't really know how to explain that, but they were friends nonetheless. And when her friend broke up with Evan, he was kind of a douche, and he's always been a douche. I'm not going to protect him. I'm going to say he's a flat out asshole, and I do not respect him whatsoever. So the short of the story is my girlfriend Amanda made plans to dump me to go out with Evan, and one of Amanda's friends told me, she's like, she's planning on breaking up with you, and I'm just like, oh, well, that sucks. So I just decided it would be better. I decided to do the mature one, and I broke up with her instead. And so like no one really liked Evan because he's seriously an asshole. He's stupid. He was ugly. And I know this sounds like I'm just being like really like little kiddish about it, but just everyone hated him. And those are the reasons we had for hating him. I'm not necessarily saying I still feel the same way now, but that's how I felt at the time. And so basically, I broke up with her, and I went up to her at recess and was like, you know, we're done, so now you can go date that homeless little shit. And she responded, thank you. So I didn't necessarily feel like I lost much right then, because I felt, I don't know, I didn't handle the situation very maturely, at least as maturely as I should have. But it all worked out for the better, because after that I found another girlfriend and stuff went a lot better. And I mean, it definitely wasn't my best relationship. It wasn't my worst, but it wasn't my best. It was just kind of like whatever, I guess. But I figured I'd share it because it was my first, and I thought it was not necessarily an interesting story, but it's still part of who I became. And I figured you guys might want to see it because you did like my other personal stories. But if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like or a dislike if you didn't like the video. Leave a comment if there's anything you want me to talk about related to zombies. And please subscribe. Thanks.